All right, so once again, I'm live. We're going to break this thing down on fire. Shadow government will break down Larry Fink. I might break down the Rothschilds, maybe, but I got to break down Larry Fink and some other people. Pull the curtain back on these people. So let's pull the curtain back on this guy right here. Hope it don't speed up too much, man, because there's some good information, man.
Patriarch or matriarch in one of the world's most powerful families, heading to work each day to helm over $10 trillion in assets. Would you consider this a dream life, where you and your brood get to shape global markets, influence policy, and command unparalleled influence across industries and continents?
Yeah, it's doing it. It's doing it again.
It would be absolutely staggering. Each decision made by you and your family.
Doing it again?
Yep.
Shit. All right, man. Hold on, man. I'm going to do it the other way.
You want me to share it or what? There you got it.
Yeah, you might have to share this one, bro. Because this some good-ass information. I can't let this shit go. I can't let this shit go untouched. Yeah, this one got to. Hold on for a minute. It's another $1 trillion fund that run the world, the Swashmans too. But now we ain't gonna talk about them right now. Let's get to this guy. Hold on, let me send it to you. I actually sent it to you message before, but since he can come up more recent, let's just send it again.
Word.
The owner, the heirs of Ralph Lauren they worth $8.8 billion.
Oh, Ralph Lauren, that company, huh? Interesting.
There's some other stuff on here too, man. What's his name? Jacob Rothschild.
What's the name?
The Rothschilds say they the ones that created Israel. What is one of Larry Fink? Man, shit. Oh, here it is. I'm sending it to you right now. All right, go ahead. All right.
Uncharted waters. Soon, Fink carved a niche by championing the development of mortgage-backed securities, a then revolutionary financial instrument. These securities, bundles of home loans sold to investors, allowed banks to shed the heavy burden of mortgage risk, creating a flow of liquidity that would fuel further lending. And Fink's vision was clear: transform the static into the fluid, the illiquid into the tradable. However, it was a vision that would later prove to be
wait. Well, you're a little bit too far in this video, bro.
Infamous.
What is that?
Go back to the beginning. Yeah, you're a little far in this video, bro.
I don't know why I did that. I don't know.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call Invent Help.
I don't know. Yeah, you're a little bit way out there.
And continents. Indeed, the weight of such immense power would be absolutely staggering. Each decision made by you and your family ripples through economies, alters the lives of millions, and sends waves of competitive pressure cascading through the world's elite circles. Yet, for the Fink family, this is not just a dream. It is their daily reality. And as the driving force behind one of the largest and most influential financial empires on the planet, the Finks wield an unparalleled level of influence and responsibility. Thus, In today's episode, we'll share the secrets of their saga, unveiling how they amass their extraordinary fortune, the mechanisms of their global impact, and the intricate dynamics that keep their empire at the forefront of the world stage as we describe the $10 trillion family that runs the world, the Finks. Larry Fink is the undisputed titan of finance, and as co-founder, chairman, and CEO of BlackRock, he's not just a player, he's the kingpin of the financial world. Forbes estimates his net worth at a cool $1.2 billion for 2024, but that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to his real influence. BlackRock, the behemoth asset manager he helms, is a colossal force, controlling a jaw-dropping $10.65 trillion. Yes, that's trillion with a T, in assets. And this mind-boggling figure is bolstered by an influx of cash into ETFs and fixed income products. Not to mention savvy acquisitions like Global Infrastructure Partners and Prekin, which have expanded BlackRock's dominance in private markets and alternative assets. Furthermore, Fink's wealth is flaunted through his extravagant lifestyle, and his real estate portfolio alone is valued at a staggering $240 million. For example, the crown jewel of his properties is Finch Farm, his sprawling 20,000 square foot estate in North Salem, New York. Indeed, it's not just a house. It's a palace with an indoor pool, tennis court, home theater, golf course, and even a helipad. And his Manhattan penthouse, snapped up for $6 million back in 2005, now commands over $25 million, offering prime proximity to BlackRock's headquarters. Then there's his Aspen retreat, a $10 million hideaway where the wealthy gather. But Fink's opulence doesn't stop with real estate. His collection of private jets, yachts, and cars is the stuff of legend. He boasts 2 private jets, including a Gulfstream G650 valued at a staggering $98 million, ensuring he can jet around the globe in unparalleled style and secrecy. And his car collection is equally impressive, featuring luxury beasts like a Rolls-Royce Phantom, Ferrari LaFerrari, Bugatti Chiron, Lamborghini Aventador, and Porsche 918 Spyder. Shockingly, these automotive marvels range from $450,000 to a whopping $3 million each, luxuriously representing his flair for both extravagance and performance. Now, on the personal front, Fink's family life is equally noteworthy. He's been happily married to his high school sweetheart, Laurie Wider, since 1974. And the couple has 3 children, Joshua, Rachel, and Hannah. Thus, Larry Fink is not merely a financial mogul, he is a symbol of opulence and influence, reflecting his extraordinary success in the cutthroat world of global finance. However, dominating this same rough-and-tumble financial world also means that Larry, and thus the Fink family, are among the most controversial public figures in the 21st century. Many people see them as diabolical financial planners intent on taking over the world, while others see them as deftly helming the livelihoods of literally billions of people. In order to get a fair assessment for yourself, let's have you flip over to the next chapter to gain better insight into how it all started for Fink and his family. Now, Larry Fink was born on the 2nd of November 1952 in the unassuming district of Van Nuys, California, in a Jewish household, where his parents, Lila and Frederick Fink, instilled the virtues of diligence and an unrelenting pursuit of knowledge. Specifically, Van Nuys, a neighborhood within the sprawl of Los Angeles' San Fernando Valley, bore a history as layered and intricate as the landscape it claimed. This patch of earth owed much to the visionaries who first saw its potential, men like Isaac Lancashire and Isaac Newton Van Nuys, pioneers of Dutch-Jewish descent who, in the twilight of the Civil War, began shaping the future of this land. Among these, Van Nuys himself would carve a more enduring legacy. You see, Isaac Newton Van Nuys arrived in California in 1865, his ambitions as broad as the 60,000 acres of San Fernando Valley he would soon command. And though the land initially served the grazing of sheep, Van Nuys was not one to ignore the subtle whisper of opportunity, and the soil beneath his feet promised more. By 1876, he had orchestrated the first shipment of grain from San Pedro, marking a momentous stride in the valley's agricultural domain. Thus, his reach extended far beyond the fields. In 1880, Van Nuys founded the Los Angeles Farming and Milling Company, a venture that would transform raw grain into a commodity of considerable value before it ever reached market. And his interests weren't confined to agriculture alone. The tendrils of his influence wound their way into banking as he assumed the role of vice president at the Farmers and Merchants Bank and a director's seat at the Union Bank of Savings. Now, the town of Van Nuys was formally christened in 1911, a nod to the man whose endeavors had shaped so much of its existence. The Los Angeles Aqueduct, completed in 1913, delivered the lifeblood of water, igniting a period of growth that saw the town absorbed into the city's ever-expanding grid by 1915. With the Pacific Electric Railway carving through its heart, Van Nuys soon thrummed with a new energy as land sales and commerce surged. As the 20th century dawned, a Jewish community began to establish its presence in the San Fernando Valley, and the arrival of the first Jewish family in 1907 marked the beginning of a steady influx, one that gained momentum after the dust of World War II had settled. Indeed, returning veterans, many of them Jewish, were drawn to the valley's promise, its favorable climate and abundant land. By 1946, roughly 2,000 Jewish families had laid down roots in the valley, a place once dominated by farmland, now rapidly transforming into suburban sprawl. Therefore, in this era, Jewish institutions began to rise, marking their place in the valley's evolving identity. Temple Beth Hillel, founded in 1946, stood as one of the first Reform congregations in the region, and other synagogues and community centers soon followed, becoming vital threads in the fabric of Jewish life. Thus, in the midst of this burgeoning community, young Larry Fink and his siblings were expected to strive for excellence. Frederick Fink, who owned a shoe store, instilled in his son a deep respect for hard work, and Lila Fink, an English professor at California State University, Northridge, imparted a love of learning and a relentless curiosity. While his brother, Alan Fink, ventured into entrepreneurship and community service, Larry's early years were a crucible of business and academia. And though he may not have always matched his brother's academic prowess, he learned the art of perseverance within the family business. This foundation propelled him to UCLA, where he earned a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science in 1974, before pursuing further education at the Anderson School of Management, where he subsequently secured an MBA with a focus on real estate in 1976. And it was during these formative years that Fink crossed paths with Laurie Wider, his high school sweetheart. Their bond, forged in the fires of youth, became a constant in his life, marrying in 1974, the same year he graduated college, and beginning a union that would endure as he charted his ascent in the world of finance. Now, Larry Fink stepped into the financial arena in 1976, joining First Boston, a New York investment bank at a time when the world was shifting beneath the feet of industry giants. And the mid-1970s were a period of upheaval, the tremors of the 1973 oil crisis still rippling through economies worldwide. Therefore, in this volatile environment, the financial industry was on the cusp of transformation, seeking fresh blood to forge new paths in an uncertain landscape. It's there, in a banking world hungry for innovation, that we meet Fink, armed with an MBA in real estate from UCLA, who was precisely the kind of sharp mind that First Boston sought, a mind capable of dissecting market complexities and crafting strategies in uncharted waters. Soon, Fink carved a niche by championing the development of mortgage-backed securities, a then revolutionary financial instrument. These securities, bundles of home loans sold to investors, allowed banks to shed the heavy burden of mortgage risk, creating a flow of liquidity that would fuel further lending. And Fink's vision was clear: transform the static into the fluid, the illiquid into the tradable. However, it was a vision that would later prove to be a double-edged sword, as mortgage-backed securities would become infamous in the wake of the 2008 financial collapse, exposing the underbelly of modern finance to a world reeling from the consequences of opaque risks. Yet, at the time, Fink's innovation was hailed as a masterstroke, a cornerstone of the evolving financial architecture. But as Fink's reputation grew, so did his responsibilities. He rose to the position of managing director, becoming co-head of the taxable fixed income division. And this division, dealing with bonds and debt instruments, was the heartbeat of First Boston's financial engine, pumping capital through the arteries of government, corporate.
EVE Online is a vast universe, alive with the unrelenting activity and combined history of its players.
And mortgage securities. Soon, Fink's influence spread further as he established the Financial Futures and Options Department, a hub for complex contracts tethered to the fluctuating value of underlying assets. And his leadership extended to the Mortgage and Real Estate Products Group, consolidating his role as a central figure in the bank's burgeoning empire. But no empire is without its fall. In 1986, Fink's career at First Boston was marred by a staggering $100 million loss, a miscalculation that stemmed from a flawed bet on interest rates. Undoubtedly, this wasn't just a monetary loss. It was a seismic jolt that shook Fink to his core. And the incident marked the end of his time at First Boston, but it also signaled the start of a career that would navigate the murky waters of risk and reward, where the lines between success and disaster would blur, and where Fink would be both revered and questioned for the paths he chose to take. Consequently, in 1988, Larry Fink co-founded BlackRock, initially a subsidiary of the Blackstone Group. You see, the Blackstone Group itself was a relatively new player, founded just 3 years earlier by Stephen Schwartzman.
Yeah, because Blackstone is big. They big too, though.
Well, didn't you hear they were a subsidiary?
Right.
So remember when I tell you, and I be saying it all the time, they're all working together. Right. Did he just tell you the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
They working together. All right. Play about 2 more minutes of it.
Then that dude got money though. Larry Fink, damn.
Schwartzman, yep. Play 2 more minutes.
This dude too though.
And yep. Peter G. Peterson. And Schwartzman, an ambitious Yale and Harvard alumnus, was already carving out his domain in the financial world, while Peterson, a former US Secretary of Commerce, brought political acumen and gravitas to the partnership. And their vision for the Blackstone Group was clear: a private equity firm that could navigate the turbulent waters of corporate buyouts, leveraging capital to reshape companies and reap significant profits. Fink, joining forces with Schwartzman, brought to the table his hard-earned expertise in managing mortgage-backed securities and an acute awareness of the risks inherent in financial markets. This partnership was thus more than a meeting of minds. It was the fusion of complementary strengths, with Fink's meticulous approach to risk aligning perfectly with Schwartzman's ambitious strategies. Together, they envisioned BlackRock not just as an investment manager, but as a pioneer in risk management, a firm that would wield technology as a shield against the chaos of the markets. And the nascent company, initially called Blackstone Financial Management, was conceived as a guardian of capital, dedicated to safeguarding investors from the perils of the financial world. Then, the creation of Aladdin, a technological marvel in risk assessment, became BlackRock's crown jewel, a system that allowed the firm to navigate the treacherous currents of global finance with an accuracy previously unheard of. Backed by a $5 million loan from the Blackstone Group in exchange for a 50% stake, BlackRock began its rise. Yet, as the firm matured, it sought to distinguish itself, breaking away from its parent's shadow, and this led to the rebranding as BlackRock, a name that would soon resonate through the halls of global finance. Under Fink's leadership, BlackRock quickly grew, its growth driven by an unwavering commitment to client-centric solutions and a relentless pursuit of innovation in risk management. This foundation laid by Fink and his team would prove to be the bedrock on which BlackRock built its empire, evolving into the world's largest asset management firm. In 1994, a fissure split the once unified forces of BlackRock and Blackstone, with Larry Fink entrenched at the helm of BlackRock's newly independent ship. By 1998, Fink had solidified his command, assuming the title of chairman as BlackRock navigated its course through the perilous seas of finance. His grip tightened, his portfolio expanded, and he found himself steering not just as chairman of the board, but also as the head of executive and leadership committees and co-chair of the Global Client Committee. Then, when BlackRock unveiled itself to the public in 1999, the event was more than a mere financial transaction. It was a declaration, a signal that the firm was evolving into something formidable. The year 2003 cast a harsh light on Fink's growing dominion. He orchestrated the fall of Richard Grasso, the then CEO of the New York Stock Exchange, who had come under scrutiny for his excessive $190 million compensation package. And Fink's influence was unmistakable, a clear message that his sway over the financial world was deepening, his reach extending into the highest echelons of power. By 2006, BlackRock was on the brink of transformation under Fink's watchful eye. The firm embarked on a monumental merger with Merrill Lynch Investment Managers, a deal worth roughly $9.7 billion. This merger nearly doubled BlackRock's assets, bringing them to the cusp of $1 trillion. Indeed, it was a fusion of strengths, BlackRock's prowess in fixed income paired with MLIM's equity and retail expertise, creating a behemoth in the global financial landscape. The same year, BlackRock made a bold and audacious move, acquiring Stuyvesant Town Peter Cooper Village, a sprawling residential complex in Manhattan. This $5.4 billion transaction was the largest.
As a marketing consultant, there's no better way to stay connected.
People gotta watch the rest of that, but I'm just showing you how much control these people really got.
Oh yeah.
So let me move that out the way, and let's see, can I pull this one up with Peter T? I hope they let me get it on here, because this gonna blow people's fucking mind. You might have to tell me to forward this shit like 5 times.
Well,
this is wild shit.
And Doug.
Oh, we're great. Everyone.
As Donald Trump reclaims the White House in a historic comeback, men rightly rush to credit Elon Musk's platform X for reshaping the political landscape. But while the world's richest man basks in the Twitter sphere's glow, a more
doing it again, man. You know it.
God.
Doing it again, man.
God damn.
You want me to share this or what? You want me to do it or what?
Yeah. You got to do this one, because it's gonna be.
Send it to me or what? You already sent it to me?
I think I sent the text message. Let's do it the other way though. I'm gonna send it to you again. To you when you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead. Man, they fucking with me, man. They some bullshit.
Yeah, that's messed up, man.
Sorry.
Damn.
Hey, look, we're gonna get this shit out one way or else, though. People got to know this shit. This is some wild shit, man. I tell you, man, this is crazy, ain't it?
Oh, facts.
All right, let's see. Go back
to glow. A more calculated power player watches from the shadows. Indeed, Peter Thiel, the man who made Zuckerberg, backed both Trump and Musk before either was considered viable, and built a multi-billion-dollar fortune without ever trending on social media. In today's episode of Old Money Luxury, we share the story of how this chess prodigy became the true shadow president of American power, as we describe Peter Thiel, the secretive billionaire who will rule America. Let's talk about real power, not the kind that preens for cameras or trends on Twitter, but the sort that reshapes entire industries with a single investment. In late 2024, Peter Thiel sits atop a staggering $14.8 billion fortune, though calling it mere wealth, rather, understates the matter spectacularly. Picture a man who turned a measly $500,000 Facebook investment into billions, transforming Mark Zuckerberg from a college dropout with a dream into the titan of social media. Rather brilliant, wouldn't you say?
One thing that makes us unique here at Bright City is we support you in small teams. Many companies make you call into a sea of people who don't.
But that's merely the appetizer in Thiel's feast of strategic mastery. The PayPal mafia don, as he's known in Silicon Valley circles, didn't stumble into success. After co-founding PayPal and orchestrating its $1.5 billion sale to eBay in 2002, he pocketed a cool $100 million. Most would have called it a day, perhaps bought a yacht or three, not Thiel. Instead, he founded Palantir Technologies, a data analytics behemoth that now holds contracts with the CIA and Department of Defense. Imagine having your company's tentacles deep within the most powerful intelligence agencies in the
world. Wow.
We got contract with CIA, Department of Defense. You heard what he said, right?
That's wow.
Okay. Now, so remember when I told you, you always wonder how they banning people censoring algorithm?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you know. He just told you.
All right.
They got the data technology. That's what Palantir does. Keep going.
In the world. That's not business. That's influence of the highest order. His venture capital firm, Founders Fund, reads like a who's who of tech unicorns, SpaceX, Airbnb, and countless others. Each investment carefully chosen, each success methodically planned. Even his book, 0 to 1, has become sacred text for aspiring tech entrepreneurs, though few grasp the full scope of its author's influence. In 2016, while Silicon Valley's elite clutched their pearls in horror, Thiel boldly backed Donald Trump, speaking at the Republican National Convention and dropping $1.25 million into the campaign coffers. By 2022, he'd poured $32 million into various political campaigns, playing kingmaker with the precision of a chess grandmaster. Yet in 2023, something shifted. Thiel announced he wouldn't financially back any 2024 presidential candidates, a curious move for someone with such deep political pockets. Was it a retreat or a tactical repositioning? In classic Thiel fashion, he maintained his support, promising to continue, quote, in every other way possible, leaving the world to wonder what exactly that meant. Through his Thiel Fellowship, he's been quietly building an army of young innovators, paying them 6 figures each to skip university and pursue their entrepreneurial dreams. It's a direct challenge to traditional education and perfectly exemplifies Thiel's approach to disruption. And his Los Angeles mansion.
Yeah, he said skip universities. I don't blame him because them universities be BS,
now, wait a minute. Now, one of them people in that photo was a young J.D. Vance. You didn't get it. All right.
Treat or a tactical repositioning. In classic Thiel fashion, he maintained his support, promising to continue, quote, in every other way possible, leaving the world to wonder what exactly that meant. Through his Thiel Fellowship, he's been quietly building an army of young innovators, paying them 6 figures each to skip university.
Was that him?
That was J.D. Vance, man.
That was him, huh?
Yep.
Damn.
And pursue their entrepreneurial dreams. It's a direct challenge to traditional education and perfectly exemplifies Thiel's approach to disruption. And his Los Angeles mansion, sprawling across 1.3 acres near the infamous Playboy Mansion, serves as just one base of operations. With 9,000 square feet of calculated luxury, including a chef's kitchen that could service a small restaurant, it's hardly the dwelling of someone who craves the spotlight. No, Thiel's taste in real estate mirrors his approach to power, impressive yet purposeful. But to truly understand how a German-born chess prodigy transformed himself into Silicon Valley's most enigmatic power broker, we need to wind back the clock. The story begins far from the glittering tech campuses and political fundraisers, in a place where a young boy's mind was first shaped by international displacement and strategic thinking. Every transformative figure emerges from a specific historical and personal context.
What happened?
Now you heard they say he's German born now, right? You heard it, right?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
And for Peter Andreas Thiel, born in Frankfurt am Main on the 11th of October.
He's an immigrant too. Ooh, okay.
Go ahead.
October 1967, that context would prove extraordinarily formative. The child of Klaus Friedrich and Suzanne Thiel, his early years were marked by a pattern of displacement that would fundamentally shape his understanding of institutional systems and their malleability. When Peter was 1 year old, the family began their transformative journey across the Atlantic, settling first in Cleveland, Ohio. Klaus's work as a chemical engineer in various mining companies created an inherently nomadic existence, with young Peter and his younger brother Patrick Michael experiencing the kind of institutional fluidity that often breeds either adaptation or resistance. In Thiel's case, it would eventually produce both. The family's sojourn in South Africa and Southwest Africa, modern-day Namibia, exposed Thiel to stark institutional contrasts at a formative age. His experience at a Swakopmund school, with its mandatory uniforms and corporal punishment, provided an early education in institutional power dynamics. The practice of striking students' hands with rulers served as a visceral lesson in authoritarian control, one that would later fuel his philosophical resistance to uniformity and regimentation. Yet amid these dislocations, Thiel found sanctuary in realms of structured imagination. His deep engagement with Dungeons and Dragons and science fiction, particularly the works of Isaac Asimov and Robert A. Heinlein, offered alternative models of world-building. His profound connection to J.R.R. Tolkien's mythology, so deep that he would later name 6 of his companies, including Palantir Technologies and Mithril Capital, after elements from Middle-earth, suggested an early understanding of how narrative frameworks could shape reality.
Wow.
The family's 1977 settlement in Foster City, California, itself a testament to engineered possibility, built on reclaimed land from San Francisco Bay, marked a crucial stabilization. Here, Thiel's exceptional intellectual capabilities found fertile ground. His victory in a California-wide mathematics competition while at Bowditch Middle School signaled not just academic prowess, but a mind attuned to systematic thinking. At San Mateo High School, Thiel's intellectual framework began to crystallize. His engagement with Ayn Rand's philosophy coincided with his admiration for Reagan-era optimism and anti-communism, creating a distinctive fusion of libertarian thought and technological possibility. His selection as valedictorian of the class of 1985 marked not just academic achievement, but the emergence of a systematic worldview. The Stanford years proved decisive in unexpected ways. As an undergraduate, Thiel encountered René Girard, whose mimetic theory of human desire and competition would profoundly influence his understanding of social dynamics. When the university moved to replace its Western culture program with a culture, ideas, and values course emphasizing diversity, Thiel responded by co-founding the Stanford Review in 1987. This conservative and libertarian newspaper, supported by Irving Kristol's funding, became his first exercise in institutional counter-programming. After completing his undergraduate studies in 1989, Thiel proceeded to Stanford Law School, graduating in 1992. However, the seeds of institutional critique planted during his undergraduate years, particularly through his intellectual engagement with Girard and his experience founding the Review, had already begun to germinate into something more profound: a systematic approach to understanding and reshaping institutional power. These varied influences, displacement, philosophical exploration, mathematical precision, strategic gaming, and mimetic theory, were coalescing into a unique analytical framework. The question that would drive the next phase of his life was clear. How could these theoretical insights be transformed into practical tools for institutional change? The path from institutional conformity.
At the Mayo Clinic Diet, we've changed the lives of so many members. So we decided to invite some members to the Mayo Clinic campus.
Conformity to revolutionary change often begins with a moment of clarity. For Peter Thiel, that moment came in 1992, when his brief tenure at Sullivan and Cromwell revealed the stifling nature of corporate law's rigid hierarchies. Yet this wasn't merely a career pivot. It was the first step in a calculated transformation that would reshape the landscape of digital finance. After departing law, Thiel's journey led him to Credit Suisse, where he worked as a derivatives trader while moonlighting as a speechwriter for former United States Secretary of Education William Bennett. However, Even Wall Street's frenetic energy couldn't contain his expanding vision. Therefore, in 1996, he returned to California, where the emerging dot-com boom offered fertile ground for systemic disruption. With financial backing from friends and family, Thiel raised $1 million to establish Thiel Capital Management. His first venture capital setback came quickly, a $100,000 investment in friend Luke Nosek's failed web-based calendar project. Yet this temporary defeat led to a fateful introduction when Nosek's friend Max Levchin presented his cryptography-related concept, which would eventually become their joint venture, Confinity, in 1998. Confinity's initial focus on handheld device security soon evolved into something far more ambitious. Thiel recognized a critical gap in the digital payments landscape. While credit cards and ATM networks were expanding, many merchants lacked the necessary hardware for card transactions. This limitation forced consumers to rely on cash or checks, creating an opportunity for revolutionary change. The company's transformation into PayPal represented more than a mere pivot. It embodied Thiel's vision of liberation through technology. His vision thus extended beyond mere convenience, targeting the very foundations of state-controlled currency. The merger with Elon Musk's X.com, well prior to the modern Twitter to X.com transition, in 2000 accelerated this transformation, followed by strategic combinations with companies like Pixo, which expanded PayPal's reach into mobile commerce. The company's February 2002 IPO culminated in a $1.5 billion acquisition by eBay later that year, with Thiel serving as CEO throughout. His 3.7% stake translated to $55 million, but the true value lay in the network of innovators that would emerge from this crucible. The PayPal Mafia, as this network came to be known, would go on to found or lead transformative companies including Tesla, SpaceX, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Thiel's role as the Don of this influential group positioned him perfectly for his next revolutionary move. In 2004, his prescient $500,000 investment in Facebook for a 10.2% stake would multiply into billions, establishing him as Silicon Valley's most visionary investor. As Thiel's influence grew through ventures like Founders Fund and Palantir Technologies, a larger pattern emerged, one where technological innovation served as a vehicle for deeper institutional change. The question now wasn't just about building successful companies, but about reshaping the very foundations of economic and political power. Now, in the disorienting aftermath of 9/11, as America grappled with questions of security and surveillance, Peter Thiel would conceive something more ambitious than mere technological innovation. He envisioned an alternative power structure that would operate in the spaces between government authority and private enterprise. Palantir Technologies, founded in 2003, emerged not just as a company, but as an instrument of institutional infiltration. Its name drawn from Tolkien's all-seeing stones, serving as an almost prophetic gesture toward its future reach. While Silicon Valley's established powers initially dismissed the venture, with Sequoia Capital's chairman Michael Moritz doodling through their pitch meeting, this rejection merely reinforced Thiel's conviction that true power lay in operating outside conventional channels. The CIA's venture arm, In-Q-Tel, proved more prescient, providing $2 million in early funding. Thiel, understanding the stakes, committed $30 million of his own capital, positioning Palantir at the intersection of state power and private enterprise. The company's evolution over 3 years of development revealed Thiel's deeper strategy. Rather than pursuing pure artificial intelligence, Palantir proposed intelligence augmentation, a methodology that would embed human analysts within vast data networks. This approach wasn't merely technical. It represented a new philosophy of power, one that would ultimately blur the lines between corporate interests.
The structure motorized pergola system is reinventing the way homeowners experience the outdoors.
And state surveillance. Palantir's first major demonstrations of power came through the exposure of Chinese cyber espionage networks, GhostNet and Shadow Network in 2009 and 2010. These revelations, while positioned as security triumphs, also showcased Palantir's ability to operate as a quasi-state actor, conducting international intelligence operations outside traditional governmental frameworks. By 2014, with Thiel as the largest shareholder, Palantir had evolved into something unprecedented, a private entity with deep access to governmental data systems, its tentacles extending from counter-terrorism to healthcare analytics.
Governmental data.
The COVID-19 pandemic further cemented this.
Governmental data system. Damn, they got some. Wow, bro, they got some access to stuff, huh?
Let me tell you something. Palantir is best known for its surveillance, predictive, and analytic work with the U.S. government and state and local law enforcement, as well as services provided to the private sector in areas like finance and health care.
It's interesting how Elon Musk is doing the same thing, right, with the robots and the technology.
Well, you saw the picture earlier of him and Elon Musk together.
Right.
That was a young Elon Musk.
And he had a receding. Yeah, he was going bald back then. Huh?
But this guy Theo, right? He might not have the money Elon Musk got, but he got more. He got kind of a little bit more influence. You know why? Because they putting Elon Musk out. You realize what they said? Peter Thiel mostly stay in the shadows. Now keep it going, because they about to get to your boys. I mean, they about to get to JD Vance and them. This for your white conservatives coming up. I want you to hear this.
The white conservatives, huh?
You can tell them.
Please them.
You can tell no. This ain't to please them. You can tell them shut the fuck up. All right, go ahead.
You tell them shut the fuck up, man. Straight up. I know, because they prop him up, dude. They prop. Go ahead,
hit it.
This position, with Palantir's Tiberius system managing vaccine distribution, demonstrating how private power could become indispensable to public function. The company's 2020 public listing and subsequent inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2024 masked a more significant transformation: the emergence of what critics termed a shadow state, where Palantir's algorithms increasingly guided government decisions, from military operations to immigration enforcement. The company's support of Ukraine's military efforts and its expanding AI platforms further blurred the lines between corporate and state power. Today,
what do you say? Government function and immigration enforcement through what? AI and algorithm.
Whoever controls the algorithm, man, controls.
And now you see why all these psyops keep going on.
Right.
You get it? You putting it together now?
Right, makes sense.
All this subway bullshit?
Right.
There you go. All right, keep it going.
Palantir stands as the cornerstone of what some observers describe as Thiel's counter-elite strategy, the creation of parallel power structures that operate alongside and increasingly supersede traditional institutional authorities. Through this lens, Palantir represents not just a successful company, but a new model of power projection, one where private entities possess capabilities once reserved for nation-states. Yet, Thiel's institutional influence extends far beyond Palantir's digital dominion into the realm of direct political power, most notably through his protege and soon-to-be Vice President J.D. Vance.
Why he say soon to be Vice President? How do you know he won, huh? Or is this after? When was this?
No, this video was made today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's why he said okay. I thought this was over.
Relationship, which began when Vance attended a Thiel speech at
Doofy, this dude.
Yeah, go ahead.
So much of a nerd, this dude.
Yale Law School in 2011, evolved from mentorship to a powerful alliance that would reshape American political dynamics. Thiel's guidance took Vance from aspiring lawyer to venture capitalist at Mithril Capital, and eventually to establishing his own firm, Naria Capital, with Thiel's backing. The transformation from business partnership
he got money.
To political powerhouse accelerated when Thiel orchestrated a crucial meeting between Vance and Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago in 2021. This strategic introduction, combined with Thiel's unprecedented $15 million support for Vance's Senate campaign, demonstrated how private wealth could be leveraged to create new political realities. Their shared investments in alternative platforms like Rumble further illustrated their vision of building parallel institutions to challenge established power structures. Now, With Vance's ascension to the vice presidency, Thiel's influence has achieved a new dimension of institutional authority. This mentor-protégé relationship represents more than personal success. It embodies a sophisticated strategy of power projection, where private sector wealth, technological dominance...
So, listen, I'm going to tell you about 5 more minutes, but let me break something down. So remember when these people tell you, I'm this, I'm poor, I'm this, I'm that. Remember they say all that bullshit? Mm-hmm. Ask these conservatives who backing them.
Right.
You don't go from 0 to 100 like that.
Oh no.
I mean, and like he said, Rumble, and this is why I've been apprehensive about getting Rumble account, because I know Peter Thiel and JD Vance is backing this shit. And I realize they say this is a conservative echo chamber, right? Mm-hmm. Which I realize what they're amplifying. But then I realized who backing it. But I told you, these are CIA guys. This guy got all these contracts with the Pentagon and CIA, right?
Right.
And they even told you in the video, that's what their contracts with. So, and you see a young, you call him nerdy looking JD Vance. That ain't what it is. He won't look like that. But what I'm saying is, you realize that this dude ain't just no vice president, as you say. This dude got somebody backing him.
Right.
And also backing Trump.
Right.
Go ahead and keep playing it.
Right. The political ties,
and direct political authority converge to form what some observers call a new kind of American power elite, operating simultaneously within and beyond traditional governmental structures. And yet, a connection with the incoming vice president is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Peter Thiel's growing power. In the evolving narrative of American political technological power, 2016 marked a decisive turning point. While Silicon Valley's elite largely recoiled from Donald Trump's presidential bid, Peter Thiel orchestrated a dramatic departure from this orthodoxy. His appearance at the Republican National Convention wasn't merely notable for its contrarian stance. As the first openly gay speaker to address the RNC from the main stage, Thiel demonstrated his characteristic willingness to transcend conventional political categorizations.
Oh, the dude gay. Oh. I didn't know that. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. No wonder you not notice that here, but no, bro.
Yep.
They didn't say nothing about his family, so that's kind of.
There you go.
His political evolution reflected a deeper transformation in his understanding of institutional change. As a self-described conservative libertarian, his journey led him toward...
So I'm telling you, the conservatives be gay too, man.
Yeah.
You see how they're trying to make it like it's just a liberal thing?
Of course, but well, go ahead. I'm gonna tell you about it. Go ahead, keep going.
National conservatism by the late 2010s, marking a significant shift from his earlier pure libertarian stance. This ideological evolution manifested in October 2016 through a $1.25 million donation to Trump's campaign. The aftermath of Trump's victory saw Thiel's influence expand dramatically, earning him a position on the executive committee of the president-elect's transition team. However, it was during the 2022 election cycle that his political investments reached unprecedented scale. His contributions included the aforementioned $15 million to J.D. Vance's Ohio Senate campaign and $10 million to Blake Masters' Arizona bid, both tech investors who had previously worked in Thiel's orbit. By February 2022, his total contributions to Republican candidates had surpassed $20.4 million, with particular support for those who questioned the 2020 election results. Yet by 2023, a subtle shift emerged. In an interview with The Atlantic's Barton Gellman, Thiel revealed he had lost interest in democracy and wouldn't be financing any candidates in the next presidential campaign, including Trump. This evolution in political strategy coincided with the establishment of his own political action committee, Free Forever, focused on border control, restrictive immigration policy, and anti-interventionist foreign policy. Throughout this period, Thiel maintained...
Isn't he an immigrant? What the hypocrisy of these people, man? The real immigrants, the true immigrants, trying to talk about some people immigrating here when he immigrated here.
Ain't that some shit? Hey, go ahead and cut it off, man. But I just give you an idea of that one. You know, that's kind of funny, man. We really look at it. You just get that. You get where I'm coming from. Like, you don't just, you know, wake up and do this, man. Like, you got to have some backing, man.
Damn, that's crazy, man.
And they said that basically he operated in the shadows. People don't even know nothing about this guy.
About this dude, right.
Larry Fink kind of operating in the shadows too. So like I said, never pay attention when they talk about this guy, that guy, right?
There's a reason why they talk about them people.
Well, that's the guy to get you. Like I told you, what I always say. I ain't worried about Donald Trump. I'm not worried about Joe Biden. I'm not worried about any politician.
Right.
Black caucus, this one, that one.
Right.
Your salary ain't nothing but, I think the highest one might be the president, or it was Anthony Fauci, $450,000, right? But I know goddamn well $450,000 don't make you no billionaire.
Oh, hell no.
Don't make you a millionaire.
Hell no.
So you got to have somebody backing you.
Oh, yeah.
So what I'm saying, what he doing now for the conservatives, as you call them, he is openly gay.
You see how they why do they only act like they could, like the liberals is only like that?
I mean, hey man, it ain't what it is, man. But hey, look. See? Didn't they got you again, didn't they?
Man, they be playing too many games, man. They be playing too many damn games.
You said. Now I'm gonna pull this up. Because Vivek Ramaswamy done pissed some people off.
Vivek!
You could mortgage in the dark.
Another Vivek Ramaswamy, the man tapped by Donald Trump to lead the
new Department of Government Efficiency. They ain't talking fast, boy. Ooh, they talking fast. I'll share this one too. What's up?
Hold on. Let me see something, man. I got to fix this, man. I got to see what the fuck can be done here. This is getting very, very.
It's not your settings or nothing like that, nah? I said nothing on your settings or anything like that?
On
the settings right there?
Wait a second, that again. Oh, yeah, right here. Is it playback speed or what? It shouldn't be playback.
Let me see. What's the other one? You got Chak.
Playback speed is 1.
I think that's normal, isn't it?
Quality, no, that's not it.
I think 1 is right?
Oh, God. All right, hold tight, man.
Because it wasn't doing that before. Before they, what's the name, you know?
Let me pull this up. I gotta find it for you, man. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here it is. I found it. All right, there you go. Go pull it up. Yeah, there you go. Actually, some conservatives have been getting mad at this dude. They are kind of mad at Vivek Ramaswamy right now. Here you go.
Cypress College supports you every step of the way with our top-ranked career programs like business administration, nursing,
Vivek Ramaswamy, the man tapped by Donald Trump to lead the new Department of Government Efficiency, along with Elon Musk, is using 90s sitcoms as an analogy for why tech companies are hiring immigrant workers. In this very long post on X, Ramaswamy said, American culture celebrates mediocrity over excellence. Here are his words. A culture that venerates Corey from Boy Meets World, or Zach and Slater over Screech and Saved by the Bell, or Stefan over Steve Urkel in Family Matters will not produce the best engineers. So let's talk live to CBS News political reporter Torian Small, joining us from West Palm Beach, Florida. Really, you boil this to the bones. This speaks to giving work visas to people coming in to take these jobs into the United States. Torian, what are you hearing from West Palm Beach about how this speaks to the base of President-elect Donald Trump?
Well, Reed, a spirited debate about my childhood favorite TV show certainly was on my 2024 bingo card. But at the root of this discussion, Vivek Ramaswamy is trying to make the point that American culture has really prioritized the high school jock over the nerds, which is why, in his mind, he believes these tech companies are really leaning into this H-1B visa program to bring in foreign-born talent to the U.S. in some of those top jobs like engineering, like tech, for example. We saw Elon Musk back up his Doge co-leader by saying that America has a shortage problem when it comes to these more high experience, high tech jobs. And that's why they're saying.
So what is he trying to say? Wait, hold up.
To this program. Now, Vivek Ramaswamy has been.
So what is he trying to say?
He trying to say they about to get him HB1 visa.
Oh, I know what he's saying, but I'm saying what he's trying to talk about a shortage. It's like, man, this is all by design anyway.
I know that. That's why I told you.
Technology stuff on.
That's why I told you. I never bought the immigration thing because I said you could. Which ones are you talking about?
Damn, which immigrants we talking about? Right. We just talking about
certain ones. He said immigrants, not all immigrants.
Right. Facts.
Well, I mean, dead on with you. The ones at the warehouses and things like that, right? Mm-hmm. That's a smokescreen, really, to me, because you're trying to make these places automated anyway. For the engineers and the tech and stuff like that, you giving the HB1 to work the engineering. They telling you them jobs is not for American workers. That's really they trying to give most of these jobs to them.
And see, that's gonna make keeping Americans poor.
Exactly.
Keeping you poor, keeping you doing basic stuff. Making it to where you don't making it to where you don't make nearly as much money as these people.
Yeah, these people are making big money.
So they're gonna have immigrants take all the wealth, basically, again. So see, Donald Trump is all
wait
for
a minute. Isn't your boy Vivek Ramaswamy an immigrant?
Damn, man.
I keep telling you that So they were talking about J.D. Vance, right?
Mm-hmm.
J.D. Vance's wife is what?
She an immigrant, baby. Bam. Indian.
She an Indian. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying to tell you, they really could not use Kamala Harris in the face of an Indian. I mean, because that'd be just too obvious.
Right.
But you can use Trump with Elon Musk. Well, Elon Musk, now you couldn't use them out front, but you could use them as the immigrant too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because they talking about literally with HB1 visa giving these people these jobs. So that means they tell you they ain't against the immigration like they tell you now.
Right.
As a matter of fact, Donald Trump has always said that we need the workers for the immigrants anyway.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He said I'm for legal immigration. Well, guess what? I'm gonna be dead on with you. I ain't even really for that.
Exactly.
Not until we get straight.
I mean, it's the same. That's what I'm saying. Why you gonna say like once again? What we were just saying, putting them over you.
All right, keep it going.
I'm saying making them wealthy over you.
A big opponent of this program in the past, saying that there needs to be a reform that needs to be based on meritocracy, not a lottery program. But this still did ruffle the feathers of Trump's most supportive base, that the MAGA base here. And we saw people like Laura Loomer, who traveled with the president on his private plane during the September 11th anniversary events this year, come out on Twitter and say that she disagreed with the two tech billionaires, pretty much saying that they're out of touch in this message surely isn't one of American first. From there, we've seen it devolve into this conversation about whether or not some of the critics to Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy have been punished, their Twitter status been revoked because of that. But though at the heart of this, though, Reed, again, is a conversation about American excellence and whether or not there's space for foreign-born people in this conversation. Though, Reed, I have nothing to add to that. I will say, though, when it comes to Saved by the Bell, I love that show. Zach and AC Slater are always
corny. That was corny. That was corny.
Well, you know what? I always want.
That was corny. That was so corny.
Yeah, it was. Go ahead.
If I needed to have the highlights, like one of them, I can't remember which one it was. So, but I was more of an Urkel than either one of the guys on that show. While we have you here, a very serious topic, and that is the fact that right after Inauguration Day, President-elect Donald Trump is saying he is going to conduct the largest mass deportation in American history. There is some news today to talk about from his border czar, Mr. Holman, about how that will happen, especially as it relates to mixed status families. Walk us through that, if you will.
Well, Holman is certainly no stranger to these large-scale operations. He was a part of ICE under Obama when we saw the most deportations under a presidency in American history. I also have to mention, though, that the second largest deportation happened not under Trump, but under President Biden this year. That number is about 271
Interesting. Hold up. Wait up.
the fiscal year of 2024 deported by ICE under.
How come nobody talked about that? BJ, I didn't know he was so all of a sudden he deporting people.
Yeah.
Nobody. They didn't say nothing about no Joe Biden deporting people.
Wow. They always deport people.
What you say?
They always deport people. I mean, like you told you, Obama deported more than Trump did.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm already knowing about that, but I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Go ahead.
President Joe Biden, so trending upwards as President Trump looks to come into office. Holman has been mum about how much this will cost, but he's been floating the idea this could range around the $86 billion mark to partake or to take out this massive deportation operation. When it comes to funding, though, it's the power of the purse that lies within Congress. It's going to take some type of consensus there because we see just a very narrow majority in the House. And of course, Republicans just don't have the number to overcome Democrats' filibuster in the Senate. So they're going to have to take concessions when it comes to Democrats on how that operation will look. Donald Trump could also exhaust a national emergency declaration like we saw him do in 2019 to be a little bit more flexible with public or with federal funding. He can move some money around from the Department of Defense like he did before in the past, but ultimately it's going to take the handwork of Congress. And as we see, it's not much that could be done very quickly on the Hill nowadays. So it's going to take quite the effort for Homan to see this out.
Well, in the meantime, this was a huge campaign promise. He ran on this, so it'll be fascinating to see if he's able to deliver in the timeline that he's promising the American people. CBS News political.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I was trying to tell you about.
You say cockamamie BS. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like this, man. Remember what I always said. You got the Congress can override a president veto. Remember I said that?
Oh, for sure.
If you got 2/3 of Congress, you're gonna override a veto. So when you're talking, better watch what you're talking about, because tell you the president really just CEO. Really don't have that much power. You got power over the executive branch, but you got branches of government.
Facts.
So what's 435 members of the House and 100 members of the Senate or whatever? What's that? It's more than you, right? That's more than one person, I know.
Facts.
All right, pull up Tyson Foods fire. Should be Georgia.
Yes. Okay. Boiler suspected of cause of Tyson food plant explosion?
Might be.
This one right here?
Is it today?
7 hours ago, yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Your hometown news source. This is breaking news.
And good Friday afternoon to you, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Carla Heath Sands. We continue our coverage of a deadly explosion at the Tyson chicken plant, where the Mitchell County coroner confirmed to WALB that one person has died as a result of that explosion. WALB News 10's Ashanti Isaac is live there now. And Ashanti, you spoke with the union that represents many of the workers there at the Tyson plant. What have you been able to learn?
That's right, Carla. We are standing right off the road of the Tyson plant, and I did get a chance to speak with the union's communication director, who told me that the workers say what exploded last night was a boiler. Now, that fire that burned early into this morning left at least one person dead, and according to the union, multiple people have received bad burns. Now, according to the Mitchell County coroner, Jamie Thompson, he did confirm that one person was dead, and I did get a chance to speak with the chief of police, who said that they have not been able to extract the body of that person yet because of the debris that has fallen on top of that person. But right now, union representatives are on the ground, and they said that they are trying to assist everybody who has been affected by this explosion.
Several of our members have been badly burned and injured, and we're working to ensure that they have all of the resources that they need, both physically and mentally right now. We've been representing this facility for over 50 years. We are part of this community. We know how much this facility means to everybody in Camilla, and we want to make sure that everyone knows that both us and the company are working together to get it operational as quickly as possible, but again, as safely as possible. And if anybody needs anything, they should reach out to the union. We're here to support everybody that we represent at the facility. It's almost 1,600 workers, and we recognize that responsibility. And again, we're here to help.
Well, Carla, as you just heard, the union said that they know how much this facility means to the city of Camilla, and if people who are workers here at this facility, they do need that mental health help. They do need that emergency help. They can contact the union, and you can find them in red shirts right here on the grounds. And we are working to find out more information from first responders just to get an update on how long will that recovery effort of the victim who fatally died in this explosion, how long will that take, and what time frame we are looking at. And of course, we will go ahead and keep you updated on air and online throughout the day as soon as we learn more information. Carla, back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ashanti. Now, this incident comes just days after Tyson and several other poultry processors agreed to settle with employees for a combined $180 million over wage fixing claims. We will have the latest on both of those stories in our new afternoon newscast. Stay with us here on air at WAOB.
Messing up.
.com. All right, let's talk about what's going on with the weather for this Friday. There will be
that's something that's going on. So yeah, that's one thing that's going on.
They talking about, I wonder how that happened, huh? All of a sudden. Didn't this happen years ago? Remember some years back, this was the same thing was happening there? These Tyson food plants was exploding and all this.
Yep. Hold on a minute. I want to play this. This happened right here at home. If it pulls up, I got it. But if it don't, you just got the. I might have. I don't know. I don't know how this one. Oh, it sounds fast. All right. Let me send it to your messenger. Oh, shit. Let me send it to your messenger, bro. Shit. All right, I'm about to send it to your messenger. Shit. Come on. Shit. This is some bullshit. All right. Hold on. Oh, here it is. All right, you got it? All right, cool. This happened right here at home.
Janine Samuels. And I'm Julie Bragg. Our Melissa Hippolyte joins us now in the studio to tell us what she's learning about what happened. Melissa?
Julie and Janine, there were actually 2 separate instances involving multiple babies since 2023. Now, the most recent occurred in late November and December of this year when Henrico Doctors Hospital discovered that 3 babies in the NICU had unexplainable fractures.
Number 3.
The second happened in the summer of 2023. HCA, which owns the hospital, described that incident as similar, and it involved 4 babies. Now, all of this is according to an alert on HCA Virginia's website about NICU safety measures at Henrico Doctors Hospital. HCA says they are pausing new admissions out of an abundance of caution, and that fractures occasionally happen with preterm babies because they lack full fetal bone development. But the hospital is working to determine how the fractures occurred. They said the hospital initiated a thorough investigation, informed families, and contacted the proper authorities and regulatory agencies. Healthcare professionals are reviewing video footage of those incidents, and that was provided to the proper authorities. Now, so far, they have not found any misconduct or accidental actions that could have caused the fractures. In the meantime, the hospital is taking many steps to enhance safety in the NICU, among them more training, additional examinations of NICU babies led by doctors that specialize in the care of premature babies, new security systems, and a new observer system where each provider in the NICU is accompanied by another clinician when they are present in a baby's room to help ensure protocols are followed. A spokesperson for Henrico Police told me they are investigating if any criminal violations have occurred. He said the county is prepared to utilize all available resources to ensure a thorough investigation. HPD is partnering with Child Protective Services, the Virginia State Police, the Virginia Department of Health, and the Attorney General's office to ensure all evidence is examined. We also followed up with HCA to see if there's anything additional they would like to share. We are waiting to hear back. I'm Melissa Hippolyte for CBS 6.
You heard that, didn't you?
Damn.
Somebody might get.
So that go to show you. Yeah, and so I mean, yes, and the baby is getting hurt in the hospital now. Right. So that go to show you a lot of stuff is going on.
For sure.
But this happened. This hospital is probably about, I don't know, about 20 minutes away, 15 minutes if I take the highway possibly. Big hospital. Used to be mostly a lot of white folks used to live out there, but it's changing. Everybody lives out there now. Matter of fact, you go far up the road, you got Short Pump, and that's where a lot of Asians and Indians live. But
interesting.
Yeah. This hospital services in Henrico County, so it's a pretty big hospital. I have to find out about the baby fractures. But it go to show you, you're probably better off at home having a childbirth than dealing with these doctors.
Oh yeah.
Just saying, man. You might be better off dealing with them. Dealing with them than dealing with these guys, right?
Oh, for sure.
Now, let me see if I can pull stuff up here, man. They tell you they've been acting so crazy lately with me. Treat me like a bad stepchild,
man. Right.
But I ain't done yet. Gotta pull up this stuff, man. Gotta show you something. Through the X post. I'm gonna pull up through the X post, man. Let's see. How Moderna is reimagining healthcare with AI. You ready for this?
Yep.
Check this out, man. The CDC was founded by Jesuit order trained puppet Joseph Mountain, the lead man. Now wait a minute now.
You said the CDC?
Yep. They go Rob K. Jr., a Jesuit, Robert Redfield, a Jesuit, Fauci.
So RFK, baby. Okay, RFK's down with it, BJ, or what? Is RFK down with the shenanigans or what, man? The Jesuits.
I'm just telling you, a Jesuit, man.
Oh yeah, you know that. You already know what's going on behind that. Because remember they was at the McDonald's. That was kind of weird. Or they had at McDonald's. That was weird, dude. That day, I was like, all right.
There's another picture up there, I think, with Trump. I think he had Jesuit too. All right, let's pull up this Monroe Doctrine I was telling you about.
All right. All right.
I'm putting it. I'm putting it. Let's see. All right. The Monroe Doctrine is a United States foreign policy that opposes European colonialism in the Western Hemisphere. It holds that any intervention in the political affairs of America by foreign powers is a potentially hostile act against the United States. The doctrine was essentially American grand strategy in the 20th century. President James Monroe first the doctrine on December 2nd, 1823. Monroe asserted that the New World and the Old World were to remain distinctly separate spheres of influence, and thus efforts by European powers to control and influence some sovereign states in the region would be viewed as a threat to U.S. security. So, after 1898, the Monroe Doctrine, reinterpreted by lawyers and intellectuals, is prominent multilateralism and non-intervention. In 1933, under Franklin Roosevelt, the United States affirmed this new interpretation, namely through co-founding the Organization of American States. Into the 21st century, the doctrine continues to be verbally denounced, reinstated, or reinterpreted. Despite the United States beginning as an isolation country, the foundation of Monroe Doctrine was already being laid even during George Washington's presidency. So, But they want to, like, colonize Greenland and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? Canada, which therefore, if you colonize it, these people wouldn't be immigrants anymore. They would be.
Ooh, okay. I see where you're getting at. Yeah.
Because Puerto Rico, right?
Mm-hmm.
We call Puerto Ricans immigrants, and they may be, but that's American territory too.
Well,
so it's kind of like Guam. Guam got delegates,
right? So Hawaii,
yeah.
Like
I think Hawaii is considered one of the 50 states, but some of these places like Virgin Islands and stuff are called U.S. territories.
Right.
So we might consider them immigrants, but they technically U.S. territories. You get what I'm saying? Like, right. Now you got to remember, a lot of this stuff, people in Jamaica, indigenous people, places, all this stuff really was called the Americas. You know that, right? But the point is, when they call this the United States, right? A lot of these people don't want to be colonized or brought into it. They want to be their own sovereign areas, right? Or whatever, right?
Right.
So if they don't want to colonize, then don't do it.
Fact.
That's all I'm saying. Because, like I said, these people, like I said, I'm just being honest, and this is just me talking. Things that we got going on here, right? I'm just being honest. Some countries would not tolerate. I'm just letting you know. They would not tolerate.
Hell no. Hell no.
That's why I tell some of these women, the stuff y'all be saying to men over here, y'all couldn't get away with this. You know you couldn't get away with it.
Oh no.
You're talking about, I want me a Latino guy because they don't treat their women bad. I said, you crazy.
So we the only dudes that supposedly treat our women a certain kind of way. Wow.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
crazy, right?
That's what they say, and they come with all these facades and like, oh, they do this. That. Wait a minute, hold on. How you know that if you ain't been with one?
Good point. Facts.
And then the question is, you gotta ask that guy, do he really want to deal with you like that?
Hell no. The attitude and just the game, you know?
Yeah, I said so.
So,
I know how some of these guys get down now.
To the lack of leadership. They don't want no damn leadership. They want to be the damn leaders, you know? That's the problem.
You're right. That's the problem. Justin Warner said Latin men are known cheaters. But, that's they could be. I mean, that's a good way to put it too. I mean, hey, it is what it is, man. But let me give you one more video to play and then I'll break off.
I got a couple. You want to put?
Go ahead and play yours because I can get to this another time.
All right, hold on. I got some stuff, man. You already know I got some stuff, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? I was just like,
and don't forget that Guatemalan immigrant, they busted up a Guatemalan sex trafficking ring around the same time.
Guatemala. All right, so you see, that's the thing. That's not a coincidence. But see that they're keeping that the fact that he's supposedly burned that lady. They're putting that more in light than the sex trafficking ring. That makes sense because that's always how they do. That's how they get down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hold up, man. How do you take this book off? All right, hold up. I got some stuff, brother. Oh yeah, I played a video about the guy, the brother that died. I'm gonna check that out.
Which one that died?
In jail or whatever.
Oh yeah, play that. Excuse me. Sorry about that one. All right, cool.
Authorities shows officers repeatedly kicking and punching Brooks in the legs and chest and trying to jam an object down his throat. New York's Attorney General says Brooks was pronounced dead December 10th, a day after these interactions with correctional officers was recorded.
I do not take lightly the release of this video.
James says the video doesn't have audio because the officers involved failed to properly activate their body cameras. It begins with Brooks being carried inside, handcuffed, and face down. He's then raised up, face bloodied, and punched in various parts of his body. Brooks was serving a 12-year sentence for stabbing his girlfriend. His attorney says his death is incomprehensible.
I was there with Mr. Brooks' son and his father and his brother. They all watched the video as well, and I think it was just the overwhelming shock. It was just felt so incomprehensible.
NBC News has not been able to reach attorneys for the 14 people under investigation, but the president for the Correction Officers Benevolent Association adding in a sharply worded statement, the egregious and repugnant action of the officers who committed this heinous and fatal assault does not in any way reflect the values of the vast majority of correction officers, including my members. 13 personnel are currently suspended without pay. Another has resigned as the investigation continues. Yet, Tom, there are still questions tonight about what happened that led to the beating that we just saw. Tom?
Sam Brock with that.
Caught that 13, right? Right.
I heard that.
Okay, so what about this one? NY subway murder suspects rumor came roommate. The dude that we gonna play this one? The roommate. Roommate BJ? Was the Guatemalan dude? You wanna check it out? The roommate. Hold up.
Damn, man. That's some crazy stuff, ain't it, man?
33.
The word 30, the number 33 strikes again.
Aboard a stationary F train in Coney Island, Brooklyn. Other shelter residents offering similar recollections of Zepeda frequently
Time.
and or high off synthetic marijuana.
Shaq just joined. Dang, Shaq, you took a while to get on this jump.
What up?
What up? They said okay that he smokes some synthetic marijuana. So what does that have to do? What does him smoking marijuana have to do with anything? Can anybody answer me that question? Shaq, can you ask me that question? This dude smoking weed, what does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with him burning the lady? You know what I'm saying? All right, yeah, my bad.
Nah, you good. Now I was gonna say this, Shaq, man. When you got old, man, we were breaking down a whole lot of shit, man. I was like, dang, man, I like, boy. But it's all good. But now really breaking down a lot of stuff, but these power brokers behind the scenes and stuff. As a matter of fact, Frank, I did forget to mention when they mentioned BlackRock. I think the shadow government came into place in 1999. It was already there, but I'm talking about like openly talking about it. Let me bring up something that happened today, though. I called you earlier, Shaq. I was at my friend's house, and you ain't believe what happened to her today. I gotta leave out here in a little bit myself, actually. But look, dude, and I show you to tell you this one, your head gonna spin. So she said her daughter called her today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Frank did some wild shit now. Don't laugh, just fucked up. So she said that somebody pulled in her driveway and put a disconnect notice on her door and said your electric bill is past due. We're gonna take your meter down and stuff like that, right? We're gonna take your meter down, disconnect your service, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they told them and they left a notice and said we'll be back at 5 o'clock. You gotta pay. So she called the electric company like, yo, like, you want to cut my stuff off? I'm behind. I'm not behind. She was like, no. She was like, you only owe this much on your bill. And she was like, first of all, if we were going to disconnect you, we would have sent a notice in the mail or something to let you know, or email before we disconnected you. We don't just send nobody to your house to put no disconnect notice on the door like that, right? We would send you that through email or text or something. Right. Man, somebody running around the neighborhood telling people they're gonna disconnect them and shit like that, and putting the little thing on the door. And she was so panicked that if she was home, that she would have paid them because she wouldn't want her lights to get cut off. I said, these are scamming people out this motherfucker.
Scamming.
Scamming. Woo!
She said, don't laugh at you like
Hey, yo. No, she was scared though, man. She really thought everybody cut her lights off, man.
Yeah,
she's
so bold. I'm thinking she know how it goes. It's like you said, you need several notices actually.
Yeah,
maybe 1 or 2. Sometimes
I don't know though.
Like 1, 2, and like final notices type stuff.
But you know what? I think that she had lost her card or something. She had lost her card or something a couple months ago and had to change accounts and stuff like that. And she might have missed the payment or something. Something might have happened around that time. So she probably didn't have no way to know, or somebody might have been paying attention. And those things happen. But I said, for somebody to come on your doorstep and pull some shit like that, man.
That's bold.
And said they're gonna be back by 5 o'clock.
Damn.
To cut it off if it wasn't paid by 5. Hey yo, that dude could have been getting the shit out of people, man. That motherfucker might have made somebody pay out of pocket, man.
Facts.
Yeah.
Oh, he probably getting people right.
These scammers wild, ain't they, boy?
People really believe in that shit.
Yo, they getting unhinged with this shit. But go ahead and play the thing with this guy, man.
Scammer USA.
Yeah, he's scamming ass though.
You know what I'm saying? Scamming America, baby.
Grand jury indicted Zepeda, who waived his court appearance.
Indictment is
Friday. He faces state criminal charges of first-degree murder and arson.
This was intentional, a sleeping, vulnerable woman on our subway system.
Brooklyn District Attorney Eric Gonzalez.
My office is very confident about the evidence in this case and our ability to hold Zepeda accountable for his dastardly deeds.
Because she was burned beyond
dastardly
on recognition, the female victim is still officially listed as Jane Doe. Advanced fingerprinting.
I just sworn they told us the name the other day and showed us a picture of the lady, but whatever.
Efforts and DNA testing currently underway.
I didn't believe it until I actually saw his face.
Back at the shelter, Zepeda's former roommate still can't believe his connection to an accused killer.
It's strange and it's chilly.
Notice how they still saying accused. Don't they got him on camera doing it?
No, I think about it in my sleep sometimes. It's just scary. Every time I come here, I think about, damn, this dude lived here with me.
Wow.
Girl, step to the next to him.
Wow. Wow. We got this mass shooting or the shooting over here. There's another one. There's a shooting over here. Did you want to play that Dr. Shiva one or no?
Nah, we're gonna be on there for a long time with Dr. Shiva. That could be a long one. I gotta break down points so that his videos, because some they have some buzzwords sometime in there. Let me pigeonhole that one down. Gotcha. We're gonna play him another day because, like I told you, that I just wanted to show you that because we played long videos on the other one, but I just said it was so much in there you had to get that.
Right.
Yeah. All right, who this?
What about the shooting in Phoenix at the airport?
I'm here for the next several hours to bring you all of your top stories and live events from across the country and across the world. We are following this developing story coming in out of Phoenix. Take a look at this video from our Fox 10 Phoenix team. Several people shot, another person stabbed over at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. All of this playing out overnight. I do want to bring in Dominique Newland with our Fox 10 Phoenix team, joining us live with the latest from the airport. And Dominique, there is a lot to this situation and really still a lot left to figure out.
There is, Josh. Good morning. 3 crime scenes, really, to be exact, and unfortunate news for travelers on Christmas evening. Not something you want to hear, but the good news is airport operations have returned to normal. No flights were affected, but this is a look at what we're seeing so far. So we're here in Terminal 4. If you are headed to B and C gates, currently blocked off, as you can see right behind these gates, there's an evidence marker. There's crime scene tape up, and we've seen investigators go back and forth taking photos due to this triple shooting that happened last night. And just beyond these gates, if you're not familiar with Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, is those gates as well as restaurants and some other shops. So this is affecting employees as well. We've seen this morning who have called in for work. So as we head this way, that was one of the crime scenes I showed you. There's going to be another off to our right that's currently blocked off, and a Phoenix police officer currently guarding this scene. So let me give you a little recap what all happened last night. This happened at around 9:45. Phoenix police airport officers, they responded to a restaurant here within Terminal 4 outside of the security checkpoints for reports of a shooting. And you may have some video from that scene last night. And that's where they found a group of people who got into a fight that escalated to one person pulling out a handgun.
How do you have a gun in the airport? Wait, so with certain parts, don't they got metal detectors?
Officers found 3 victims, 1 adult female.
Why would somebody have a gun in the airport if you're going to go through a metal detector or do a what's the name anyway, right?
2 adult males suffering from gunshot wounds. Those 3 victims, they were taken to a local hospital. We're told the female, she currently has life-threatening injuries. The 2 males, they're listed as stable, non-life-threatening. But officers at a separate scene in a parking garage, they also found an adult male with a stab wound, as well as a juvenile female. They were both detained in that parking garage. And what we know so far, Josh, is currently no arrests have been made, but all the weapons have been retrieved in this case. But last night, when all this was happening, airport operations here at Terminal 4, it was temporarily closed, as well as the Phoenix Sky Train that a lot of travelers use to get to different terminals. That was paused here at Terminal 4 just as a precaution due to the many crime scenes and just the amount of people that were involved in this case, a total of 5 that we're hearing.
All right, Dominique, yes, so much to this investigation here. We're going to stay in touch and, of course, gather the latest information as we get it. Dominique, thank you again for being here with us.
You bet. Thanks, Josh.
And I do want to take you out to some of this video that also came in from our Fox 10 Phoenix team. You can see police there on your screen tackling a guy wearing no shirt that is also at the airport over in Phoenix Sky Harbor.
White on white crime?
Airport. Again, they take him to the ground and then take him into custody. Police saying this was unrelated, but also kind of related. They do say that this guy apparently showed up because he received a text message that said that there was an active shooter inside of the airport.
So is this a Manchurian candidate type stuff? So he got a text that there's going to be active shooter, and he showed up with his shirt off. and he ends up getting tackled. BJ, what you think about this? Shaq. Does it sound like something like this might be a psyop or what? Y'all see this?
It do sound like a psyop.
Dude, okay, so you show up because you heard. Why would you go somewhere if you think there's gonna be if you heard there's gonna be a mass shooter? Why would you go and show up there? Wouldn't you might get shot, right? Why would you want to go? Damn, something don't sound right, dude. Damn.
Report, they say he showed up with weapons in an attempt to take down that active shooter.
What do y'all think about this, man? What do y'all think about this right now, man? Oh, seriously, what do y'all think? Come on, man. You serious? Have you ever heard anything like this, yo? So you go up to a place. So you the counter shooter? BJ. Shaq, you the counter shooter?
Again, you can see him on the ground there. This video provided by Fox 10 Phoenix as he is handcuffed and taken into custody. Police holding a news conference a bit earlier on this morning to break down all of this here. I do want to play it for you on Live Now from Fox.
All right, everybody all good?
Okay. All right. Thank you guys for coming. I just have some brief information on what we can tell right now. First of all, I'd like to tell everybody, the community, that this incident has been resolved. It was resolved very quickly. There's nobody outstanding. We are not looking. We do not believe that there's any suspects out there outstanding. I want to put everybody at ease. Of course, this is scary. It was Christmas evening. Everybody's trying to get home. I 100%. The community was pretty concerned for this. What happened today was about 9:45 p.m. Airport officers who are stationed here at the airport got a call of a possible shooting at a restaurant outside at Terminal 4 at a restaurant outside of security checkpoint. Officers were on scene fairly quickly because they're here at the airport. Officers arrived on scene and they located 3 individuals.
Three? BJ, 3? Is it another 3 again or no? Is there always 3s in these stories?
Yep.
Why is it always 3, bro? It's either 3 suspects, 3 victims. Why is it always like that? Oh. Wow.
Believed to have gunshot injuries. A short time later, as other officers were arriving, 2 other individuals were located in the parking garage. 1 individual is believed to have at least 1 stab wound. He was taken to a hospital. 4 victims have been taken to the hospital. All and 1 juvenile female has been detained. We're still combing through who and what everybody is. What I can say is that all 5 individuals that are involved in this incident are all known to each other. No community members or visitors were injured outside of this group individual. What preliminary information right now is that a group of known individuals engaged in a physical altercation that took place here at the outside a restaurant. The altercation escalated when somebody produced a handgun, and that is when the injuries took place. I'll give you guys a quick update. So we have 1 adult female who is listed in critical condition. She's in it is life-threatening still at this point. 2 adult males are listed in stable condition, and the adult male that had the at least 1 stab wound is in stable condition. It's very early stages. Just wanted to give you guys that information. I am aware that there was a secondary incident that occurred at the airport, completely unrelated to this. From my understanding, that incident was this man received a text message that he believed.
Text message from who? BJ, Shaq. Who did he receive a text message from? That's what I want to know. That's the question. You feel me? Who did he receive a text message from? That's the question.
there was an active shooter at Sky Harbor. This was not an active shooter that ever was. And he arrived at the airport with firearms. I don't know if, don't know what all of the meanings there are, but he is detained. He is going to be booked into the 4th Avenue jail today for several charges. They're still doing interviews. That's still taking place. That is unrelated to this. He got in an altercation with a police officer. The officer was not injured, but there was an altercation. And again, not related to the incident. Nobody was injured during that incident, and that man will, when we have that information, obviously they're conducting the investigation. There'll be a booking number. We'll give you that information on this gentleman, not related to this incident. That's all that I have for now. Like I said, we just finished the briefing. I don't have a lot of details. I will hopefully have a media advisory with the information that I provided that I can send out hopefully within the next few minutes. I just got to finalize it. I wanted to come get you guys some sound. I'll take some questions.
The juvenile female, is she considered a suspect? Was she fully arrested?
Not at this point. It's so early. Nobody has been interviewed. Investigators just got a briefing, so this was part of the ongoing investigation.
Did they work here, or were they traveling all together, or what was the deal with why they were at the airport?
Details of the ongoing investigation, we haven't gotten to that part yet. Investigators.
Man, you don't know nothing, huh?
Just got the briefing from the, taking over the investigation. So all of that is taking place right now, and hopefully that information will be part of the what we learn.
And I know they're known to each other. Do we know relation, or
Yes, I do believe that this was a family dispute that escalated.
Were they local? You know, I know she kind of asked that, but were they local?
I don't have that information. I do believe that they do have local addresses here. Yes.
Sergeant, what time did the call come in for the original?
About 9:45 p.m.
The secondary incident that you said was unrelated. At about 11:30, we saw Phoenix PD just behind us here, dealing with a shirtless man.
11:30. BJ, the numbers, are they hitting us with the numbers or not?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Was taken into custody. Was that the separate incident? Are you aware?
I don't have a clothing description or information on that incident, but I do believe that could be the incident that we are talking about.
Was it just Phoenix Police who responded, or were there more agencies involved?
Just Phoenix Police, from my understanding.
How long do you think this is going to be closed off?
I'm sorry. Yes, that was the other part. So operations in Sky Harbor were temporarily halted. Everything was resumed fairly quickly. Any information on any delays or anything like that will have to be, you'll have to ask the airport PIO. But as far as I know, operations returned immediately. Nothing is being affected right now. This is just being rerouted. As from my understanding, nothing is shut down right now. Complete airport operations are functioning.
Can you talk about the food court area that you guys have left?
This food court area, all of the restaurants are closed right now. I don't know how long that area will be closed, but obviously that's part of the investigation. So I would say sometime.
This is maybe a dumb question. I know you can't bring weapons, guns past TSA. Are you allowed to have guns in this part of the airport?
No, but you haven't gone through TSA yet. So.
Yeah. But it's still not allowed outside of TSA?
I have to look up the codes. Yes.
Damn, how do you not know? Yo, hold up. Rewind. How are you a sergeant and you don't know that? DJ. Chak.
I got you. Yep, you're right.
How are you a sergeant and you don't know that, dude? You don't know the codes to that? Like, huh? These people just be practicing law, man. They don't really.
That's it. They just hire inexperienced people, man, to go up in this position, bro.
Right. Facts. Like,
you smart. You at least supposed to know what the code is, bro.
And at least, damn. I mean, they think that you can.
At least you don't know what the code is, what the laws is. You don't even know what the law is.
They got her because she could translate Spanish. That's why they hired her like that. You know what I'm saying?
Because how you going? Yeah, man.
You're right. And how would you be able to interpret the law if you can't interpret the law? You know what I'm saying? How could you interpret, you know what I'm saying, and justify what kind of crime what kind of charges you want to?
They shouldn't let people get out and speak in situations if they don't have all the information. If they don't have information, say we don't know. Don't be saying, you know what I mean? Because people gonna go off the first thing over here. They know people are trained to go off the first thing that they hear.
Oh yeah, and the first person or the first person that tells, you know, if there's two people,
they're trained to go off to believe the first person.
Right. Facts. All right.
Well,
look,
bro. I'm gonna see one more video right quick, right? I gotta go in a minute. Damn. Oh yeah. Watch this. This for Chak, actually. I'm gonna let Chak break this down. One little health segment. So many of them. It's about. It could be about diabetes, really. Now you know what? You know what? Let's do this.
Well, you see a lot of commercials now. They talk about how diabetes is completed. Well, I don't know about the commercials, but I definitely see videos on Instagram.
All right, Frank. This will be.
Come on, diabetes is definitely type 2 is definitely reversible.
All right, Chak. Even the cat's getting the bird flu now.
All
right, Frank, go to your messenger, man. Pull it up, man. That's some funny shit, man. 61 confirmed. 61 bird flu cases. No. Matter of fact, forget that one with the cats. I'm gonna see you the other one. Don't worry about the one with the cats. We get that another time. We get that one another time. Cause it's your state. So since you on him, bring your state up.
You want to do another time?
No. I'm talking about the one with the cats. Cause I mean that's gonna be too long to break down. Cause I ain't.
You're talking about the bird flu one, right?
No. I'm seeing another one with the bird flu. Just in your state.
All right.
In California, you got 61 cases of bird flu. Cool. The other one with the cats. The cats got the bird flu. Go ahead. Pull that one I just sent you right now with the thing. Yeah.
Oh, right after, huh? Coincidentally.
Now remember they had the bird flu conference a couple months ago.
So right after he issues a state of emergency, then the one case, right after.
Yeah, here we go.
Coincidentally, right?
Far this year, 61 people have been infected. 505 dairy herds in 15 states have gotten the bird flu. This number will grow after those new infections in California. And they add more than 25 million birds have been infected. Joining me now is Dr. Frida Fisher, board certified nephrology and internal medicine. Dr. Frida, good morning and Merry Christmas.
Good morning. Same to you.
So good to see you. Dr. Frida, we knew that the minute this warning came out of this alert, we needed to talk to you about it. How concerned should we be with the growing number of bird flu cases?
Well, right now, we should not be extremely concerned, but we definitely need to be cautious because we all know and we've all lived through the pandemic and we've had warnings before that it only starts with one, right? Right now we have one severe case. We have another human case that's a sick person in LA County. And with the bird flu, we first discovered it back in 1996 in China among wild geese. And there was approximately a 50% mortality once it started spreading. And so we should be worried enough to at least do the research to have vaccines in place and possible.
What is the bird flu?
What is it, huh?
What is swine flu? What is H1N1?
Right.
It's all the same thing, bro. It's literally the same thing.
I want to bring up something, Chak. I want to bring up something. Just because she talking about vaccines and stuff now. On Trump's X account, it might have been True Social.
But she talking about
he about to have a meeting with Bill Gates.
That shit went all the way back to the early 1900s, bro. She talking about 1996. That's when y'all called it bird flu and switched it from swine flu and H1N1. It's all the same shit.
Right.
It's the same virus.
Swine flu. Right.
You know what I mean? Either it didn't what's the word they call it?
Gain of function.
Who?
Gain of function.
What they call when the virus changes or something? What they call it?
Mutate.
Yeah, it's different mutations. It's the same virus. The same virus as the H1N1, swine flu, same stuff. It's a mutation of same stuff.
All right. Yeah, keep going, man.
Crazy.
Yeah. Go ahead, keep playing, man.
Treatment. And with that, there's a certain type of research we may need to go ahead and do.
Dr. Frieda, not to sound the alarm, but are we on the cusp of a pandemic?
I don't think we're on the cusp of a pandemic, but we definitely need to be cautious. We know that the bird flu right now, it's found in wild birds, but it can certainly be spread to poultry. So we've seen it in geese, we've seen it in chickens, we've seen it in cattle. It's definitely in milk, unpasteurized milk. And now that we know that humans can get it, even though there has not been a human-to-human spread as of yet, we know that these viruses.
So they just said one person had it in California.
Hey, yo! And then the geese get the bird flu now. Oh, hell no! What about these goddamn geese I've been seeing? All right.
How do you hold on? How do you count 25 million birds?
I know they got a counter.
Didn't she earlier say it was 25 million birds that they're supposed to have this bird flu allegedly? I did what she said earlier.
She did. That's what she said.
How do you count 25? But how do you, unless you already had these birds in captivity and you somehow they may have got out allegedly,
right?
Out of your possession allegedly. Maybe a storm or something may have, or a bird truck or something may have wrecked on the side of the road, Frank.
Right.
How do you count these 25 million birds, nigga?
Good question.
All right.
That's a lot of birds, bro.
It is.
Go ahead, keep finishing it out.
Can mutate, and so we just need to stay ahead of things. So we don't need to panic, but we do need to be cautious.
And before the break, I said something about how there are things that the federal government should be doing. What should the federal government be doing to help stop the spread of the virus?
Well, one thing that we can do is go ahead and have the research in place so that we get vaccines in place, so that we do targeted research to know that if there's a mutation and if it does start to have the potential to spread from human to human.
If there's no cases in humans, how could you come up with a vaccine?
Wait a minute, man. Doesn't this sound familiar? Sound like something that happened a while back. I can't remember. But I'm going to tell you this, just to put this in context. Donald Trump did tweet that Bill Gates and him might meet at Mar-a-Lago. Putting it out there now.
Right.
Okay. All right. Matter of fact, might meet with him and Elon Musk, actually. So, gotta remember, in 2018, or was it 19, I forget the year, Mr. Gates did meet with Mr. Trump and intrigued him on the idea of a universal flu potion. And then you start hearing on universal flu potions and jams and all that stuff. So what I'm saying is, now look, I'm gonna show you something. Let me take this down. Watch this. You brought this up.
When did Bill Gates get certified? What was he, a doctor now? When did he become a
I thought he
Hey man,
I thought he was as good at finding viruses in computers, not people.
All right. You see that, Frank? I don't think good at that. But look, check this out right here, Frank. This is what you were saying the other day. It's right here. Oh, it's right here. The spread of bird flu among poultry flocks in 9 things is called an egg prices to skyrocket. Reaching near record numbers as 2024 comes. When they start talking about bird flu, that means your egg prices will go. A healthier price comes as farmers continue to battle a strain of H5N1 that continues to disrupt the country's egg supply. H5N1. That's it.
So the thing is, why don't you just recall
That's what they call it.
H2N1.
Slick bastard.
Yeah, H2. Is it H2N1 or H2N2, something like that? Look that one up.
H2N1. H2N1. Hold on.
But what I'm saying, man, it's a bunch of bullshit, man. But I mean, it is what it is. But hey, man, they're getting us again. So what I'm saying is they just had that bird flu conference in October. So they're getting ready for something. Be on the lookout for any bullshit right now. Because she said we don't need to worry about it right now, but we got to stop the spread. Don't you remember that? Okay. Just pay attention. Just relax. Now, what I'm going to do tonight or tomorrow, well, actually tomorrow, I'm going to find out the patent on this bird flu. Because you know they got a patent for it, bro. I'm going to go look at the patent.
Right.
That's how if I find the patent number, you know it's bullshit.
Right, exactly.
So let me find the patent number, and that's going to tell me everything I need to know.
Facts.
People, get your diet right. They got to say we got 4 years in the new year. 4 years into the new year. Don't eat too much. Don't drink too much, because you're going to need your health this year more than ever before. Okay? It's feast of famine time. Game is up.
Right.
Okay, now they saying they spent this kind of legendary virus. They just gonna salmonella in the eggs. That's causing the egg prices to go up. Next thing they know, they're gonna say something wrong with the bread. They're gonna say something wrong with this, something wrong with that. They say recalls on the rise all over the place. So what I'm letting you know is, even though I am saying Chick-fil-A being recalled, because that Chick-fil-A sandwich is still selling. You know, I saw it packed today. You know, so hey man, we got the bird flu. Why y'all still eating Chick-fil-A and shit?
Why didn't they? How come they didn't recall the eggs? Period. Why are you still even selling eggs?
But it did. I think they did recall some eggs out of Costco. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on in there. But like I said, we just gotta watch out, man. I mean, hey, look, the food supply under attack, everything under attack. And by the way, right now, your boy Vivek Ramaswamy is under attack for him and Elon Musk for bringing up that they need the HB1 visas to bring in the immigrants. So they're getting kind of mad with them now, which I told you was going to happen anyway. But they're saying that you don't have enough skilled American workers to work in the tech jobs, basically. So they said they need to expand HB1 visa program.
Chak, what'd you think about that?
No, what?
That's some discrimination to them. Him saying that, Vivek saying that there's not enough Americans to Americans like us to know it. So they should give a gang of foreigners
HB1 visas.
HB1 visas, so they could take over the tech. Like, damn, dude.
Sure.
But see Trump. But see, isn't that what? Why would Trump? I thought this was what Trump wasn't talking about, right? So you get a bunch of stooges on your team, and this is what they're proposing. It's like
Elon Musk wrote on X 5 hours ago that if you're an immigrant, you work like hard to get here. You know, basically, you know, the same old thing. We want you. They actually talking about it right now. That the HB1 visa ones, they're gonna be used to help the worker shortage in the United States. And you heard Vivek Ramaswamy, which I showed you earlier. He said he got that off sitcoms. I'm like, what? You got this off a sitcom, right? So, okay, man. I'm just showing you that I showed you Peter Thiel. I told you Larry Fink. I told you how much these power brokers and how much security they control. And Peter Thiel, like I told you, openly gay dude. I don't know what they're not getting. I thought they were against the LGBTQ, Frank.
Right. I know. I thought they was against it. I thought the conservatives was against that, right? I thought they was just saying Trump a couple of days ago was saying that he was against the LGBT in another country and all this
bullshit.
When it's into transgenderism.
Look, when they showed you JD Vance, you say he was a nerd. Frank said Shaq said we in the revenge of the nerds right now. Okay. So that's where we're going right now. Right. But like I said, Vivek and Elon Musk, they are pissing off the base right now by what they saying about these women. They say, wait a minute, what about the American jobs? Hey man.
What about them?
I mean, hey, look. And these guys and Elon Musk, like I showed you, and Peter Thiel come out of what? Silicon Valley. Never forget that Silicon Valley bank that crashed a couple years ago when they had the bank run. Remember that? So Silicon Valley is now in Washington. And I showed you how Peter Thiel is going to control immigration through the AI. Also, he also controlled the contact tracing program. That's why they were trying to put the swab on your nose and all that for COVID. So pay attention.
And then they were saying Peter Thiel too that their company is down with the CIA has
they got contracts.
The contracts with the CIA. That's right. So
and they use your data. They send it to the National Security Agency, and they use your data, right, to control the algorithm. That's why you be saying, damn, I said that. Well, guess what? What I'm saying tonight, I'm not trying to be funny. Some things I'm going to say, they're going to use it and put in the algorithm and say, oh, that's what the people are talking about. But they come and jump like they so profound and they got the story. No, it's the people talking about it. Y'all jump the story, and then y'all act like y'all the ones that brought it up. Y'all brought it up, but you got it off our information.
Right.
So that's what's going on. So it's a big time grift. But it's used to calm people down. Because I had already told you. When I heard the other day on Christmas when Donald Trump talked about annexing Panama Canal and the Greenland and all that, I said, hold on. That's the New World Order.
Right.
That's globalization. That's not that's interventionist, like that's kind of imperialist like.
Right.
So, but as I told you, I never really paid attention to him so much because I always say, like I told you, I don't even pay attention to Obama like that because I know these guys are just in the seat. CEOs. As a matter of fact, they even tell you that. You just running the company or the corporation. But the people behind the corporation.
H2N2. Huh?
Yeah.
It's a subtype of the influenza. It's a virus that causes, a virus that caused the 1957 to 1956 pandemic, also known as what? The Asian flu. Asian flu. You know about the Asian flu?
Well, guess what? Well, guess what?
1957?
Well, guess what?
H2N2?
I ain't gotta look up the patent no more. Cause thank you, Doc Balls, for sending me this good information about the patent. Cause I already knew they had a patent.
Look at this. Why does it say this is the Asian flu in 1957? H2N2. Huh?
Crazy stuff, man. Yep.
This is where the magical
And
greeting.
the inventors is Asian too. But yeah, kind of crazy, right? Yeah. Let me sing y'all this in a minute. But Frank, go ahead and shout your information.
So Trump was not being racist when he said that about when they was calling it, what they calling it, kung flu, what they were calling it, pandemic, what they were calling it.
I never said that, but I know one thing. That CV-19 they talk about.
Yeah.
That was made. That was an engineer right here in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, man. So, but it is what it is. Go ahead, Frank. Shout your information.
Excuse me. All right, so yeah, okay, we're good. Topic info once again. We gotta be one step ahead of these people, man. In order to do that, we got to come together, man, and gain some kind of higher ground. You know what I'm saying? But definitely
stop talking about Fat Joe all goddamn day. Shit.
Right. You know, that's a good point.
Sloppy Joe.
Sloppy Joe. All right. Keeping these topics, yeah, we got to keep these topics more inclined and tuned, and making it to where, you know what I'm saying, we have more sensible topics that actually that are you know what I'm saying, actually substance based. You see what I'm saying? Versus the stuff that's going to just get you clout and content. You know what I mean? The clout based stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're gonna stay on it. So holla at me, give me at XX Frank Nitty XX, and then give me at Frank Jones 8115 on Instagram. All right, salute.
All right, Shrek, go ahead and shout your information, man. I know you got something good to say. Oh yeah, Shaq, you weren't early enough. You was on early enough. Well, that's all right. Next time, come early. We're gonna give you that 30-minute segment on the diabetes, man.
Well, definitely people need to start watching what they're putting in, what they're consuming. You know what I mean? What you're putting in your body and on your body. It ain't just what you're putting in your mouth, it's what you're putting in your body, your skin, on your skin, in your hair. You know what I mean?
You're right.
All these chemical based products, man, it's really an epidemic. You know what I mean?
Has it been declared one?
It should be though, man, because it's really.
Well, if
it's
we want to
bad,
declare
man.
one, anybody, hey man, if we want to declare one, ain't nobody listening, man. They ain't gonna let the news tell them it's an epidemic, then they do it. All right, don't worry.
We're going through a severe case of chemical annihilation, man, and it's sanctioned by some bad characters. I don't know who and what.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I agree with you, but then again, I kind of like say it's sanctioned by bad characters, but it's also sanctioned by the people, because as much as I want to give the bad actors, the the flame on it. A lot of these chemicals and things they do have on the back of the chemicals. Unfortunately, they do say this can cause this, this can cause that. They got it on there, but the people don't take time to look at it. So it's kind of like a double whammy here. It's like they said, you can lead a horse of water, you just make him drink. Now, you know them women, some of them women, when they get their hair done, they know they got chemicals in their head, but they say, hey, look, I'm still getting my hair done. So what? You know, they tell me sometimes, oh, you know, you can put another chemical in there to stop that chemical. I said, that doesn't make any sense. That's kind of crazy. But okay. Yeah, right. Or, you know, ain't nothing wrong with doing this. But, you know, it's all right to eat big. It's all right to eat a lot for Christmas and on New Year. I mean, not New Year, Christmas and Thanksgiving. As long as you don't eat a lot the rest of the year. I said, dude, that seems possible, man. I said, well, what about Easter then? Then one of them tell me, oh, well, you know, you got to eat big on Easter. That's God's birthday or something like that. Or God definitely, my fault. Jesus definitely. So, yeah. So, you know. I mean, yeah, what it is, man. Most holidays is concerned about is consumption, eating and stuff like that. The only holidays that's not consumption eating is Martin Luther King Day, President's Day, St. Patrick's Day. I know you get drunk. Easter, you may have an Easter dinner and hunt some eggs. Memorial Day, you might have a cookout. Labor Day and 4th of July, you're gonna have a cookout.
All the holidays is a festivity of gluttoness and slothness.
October 31st, Halloween, you eat some candy probably. Thanksgiving, you know you're gonna eat. Veterans Day, the veterans gonna eat at free at Golden Corral up the street.
If they still allow the veterans to eat free?
Huh?
If they still allow the veterans to eat free?
Yeah, they eat free. And
have anybody
go ahead.
Have anybody allegedly ate free on Veterans Day?
You say what?
Have anybody allegedly ate free on Veterans Day that was not a veteran?
They say the veterans eat free at the Golden Corral.
Hit.
They were having a DJ and everything, man. I try to tell you what they got going there with a DJ and everything.
Hit.
Oh yeah, Chak, one thing, let me say this before you close out. I did play the video earlier, which I told you about the babies up in the hospital, like 20 minutes from me. They said 3 or 4 of the babies came out with fractures and stuff in the I think the nursery or something.
Fractures where?
I mean, I guess in their arms or legs or something. You know, these were babies, these were infants, man. Yep. So
man, they're doing all type of things to these
baby. So it's better to keep the kids at home, man. Better keep the kids at home than you know. Oh wait, man. Better to have a baby at home than in the doctor's office, obviously. But go ahead, Chak. Shout out your patient, man.
Yeah, man. I just tap in on Instagram, dog.
Yeah, Chak Wilder, and let me break something down, people, for him. That he's been breaking down chemical annihilation, which is probably one of the most important topics y'all can talk to. I know the people like to talk about all this other stuff. Y'all talking about Fat Joe, you talking about this, you talking about that. Man, look at me. That shit ain't got nothing to do. As much as I know some people even like to talk about racism and all this white supremacy. You know what I told dude the other day, man? Right now, man, y'all got to get into something that's a little bit more deeper than that, bro. I said, look,
true.
That could be, but I said supremacy is when I can control where you eat, where you live, whether I can pour in your water hole, your food. So that's supremacy. And this is a global thing. I told the guy, you can come to me with all that. You know, this guy, kind of conservative guy, conservative white boy, Frank, right?
Mm-hmm.
He come to me talking all this. I said, look, bro, you can talk to me about all this America, this, America, that, this, that, and the third. I said, the whole global population is at stake because you got people trying to poison the water, poison the food, poison the air.
Poison the clothes and stuff. You put on
That's
this,
right.
Man. It's.
I said, this is
I'm telling you, man. It's deep.
I said, this is way bigger than just the United States of America, brother. This is a global thing. And he was like, well, who you think behind it? I told him, well, if you don't know that, brother, you got a long way to go. But he one of them, I guess, conservative type white boys, they believe that, everything is all right and all that. And I'm like, hold on, bro. I don't hear nobody really calling this out so much. I hear a few people maybe, but I said that when you got guys and they're talking about this at a local coffee shop, I said, look, the only way you can see this really making a change for real, you have to do, I hate to say it, Shaq. I mean, you have to do a whole big takeover. You have to say a cigarette company stop making cigarettes. A lot of these food processing plants, hey, look, you got to shut your plants down and stuff like that, right? So,
but see, that you know what?
Kind of radical. That's what it got to be.
The cigarette people crossed over to doing producing some of the food. The same people that produce the cigarettes and the tobacco crossed over. And they're some of the biggest producers of some of your food sources too. There.
So you got to always pay attention to who doing what and how they doing it. And FDA, don't forget, Frank. Let me tell you this before I go, Frank. FDA is the Food and Drug Administration. So they all in the same goddamn boat. I'm telling you. I mean, they being honest. You're just not catching it. So that's fine. You don't have to.
I wonder how many health problems have been since the creation of these 3-letter organizations.
Well, here's the deal, Frank. Next time, come on. I'm gonna break down the DuPont family.
Facts.
Break them down too.
The DuPonts. Oh yeah, they ain't no joke.
I'm gonna break down the DuPonts, and I think I'm gonna break down what's this other one? Was it Ralph Lauren? One of them daggone companies, Ralph Lauren, on one of them companies worth $8.8 billion. So it's a lot of these companies that you think. As a matter of fact, Shaq, when I brought up Peter Thiel earlier, he got a mansion right next to the Playboy Mansion, man. Yo. So, I mean, hey, man.
Well, you heard allegedly that, a lot of them mansions allegedly has underground connections and that you can go up allegedly,
Well,
you can go,
well, they ran a side
go underground and come out on the other up on the and come out
super side.
Right. You can go up, you can go in one mansion and go down, in a little tunnel passages and go up on the ground and come out up
well
on the other one.
Well, they ran a little side one the other day.
Don't just think these mansions are just magically put in this position. They strategically put there because of,
Yep, you're right. Well, y'all gentlemen, y'all have a good night. And hey, look, like they always say, don't believe that it's drones in the sky without knowing that the government behind it. Always remember, the plow brokers are still playing a game. Take your time.
All right, salute.
You.
Gotcha.